responsibility.
Finishing this fight.
Welcome everyone and to the Lore Council. This is Cade and I am joined today with Keith.
Joe Mama.
Joe Mama indeed, because today we are going over how we would rewrite the Monsterverse series of films. So we are going to be rewriting Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla vs. Kong. And to quickly plug our own channel, we actually have a Godzilla vs. Kong review that came out a couple of years ago. So if you have not seen that, click the link down in the description and that will bring you to it. And also, if you are not a member of it already, hop on in and join our Discord, because we have one of those as well. So we could always use some more members for that. And yeah, Keith, anything else to go over before we go over how we would rewrite the Monsterverse?
Oh, Bryan Cranston is fantastic.
Bryan Cranston is the key to all of this.
Jesse, he's the key!
Jesse, Godzilla needs me to be the main human of this series.
Say his name. Godzilla.
You're goddamn right. But yeah, so starting with Godzilla, what would you do to rewrite this movie to make it better?
Yeah, first things first, don't kill off Bryan Cranston in the first 10 minutes.
I don't think it's the first 10 minutes, but don't kill him in the first movie.
Forever.
Just don't kill him in the first movie.
Yeah, don't kill him at all. Bryan Cranston is signed on for the next 4 movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest change.
Got him in a big contract. He's not going anywhere.
No, he's not going anywhere. Breaking Bad's done. I don't think he has anything else going on.
Indeed.
Yeah, but I mean, that's it. Obviously, the first Godzilla movie could also just do with more Godzilla in general.
Yeah, kick out Scarlet Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah, we don't need them.
Kick them out of the movie.
Yep.
Maybe replace them with like just one super badass military guy who's like running the military side of things. And he could like,
or
he could be like,
or we don't have him at all, because then that's just more budget for Bryan Cranston.
okay.
So I think just have Bryan Cranston be the star of this. Like, you can still have his whole thing of
Yeah, but you still need supporting characters.
yeah, well, we can just hire Joe Schmoes. It's a Godzilla movie. We don't need it, we don't need Elizabeth Olsen and the dude who played Quicksilver.
No, we do not.
No, we do not. We need Bryan Cranston because he's amazing.
Okay.
So just
So basically, just have. And we're just gonna keep calling him Bryan Cranston for the entire time because I don't know the name of his character in the movie.
yeah, no, because he dies halfway through, and he shouldn't have.
But yeah, so he would be like the head of like the science team in charge of like figuring out what's going on with Godzilla, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I think all we need really is Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe, the Japanese actor.
Oh sure.
Yeah, those are the only two guys we need, and they can they can bounce off each other. They can have super good human interactions because they're both amazing actors. And then, to be honest, for everyone else, we can just kind of hire whoever. Like it's a Godzilla movie. We don't need like, if we have two big actors, like, that's plenty.
No, yeah, definitely.
So we'll get those two guys, and then we're gonna divert the salaries of Elizabeth Olsen and Quicksilver. Let's get some more kaiju action in there. We don't need, like, there's maybe 10 minutes of Godzilla screen time in the movie called Godzilla.
Right.
So let's bump that up.
Yeah, increase that screen time a little bit.
Let's bump that up. Those are rookie numbers. Let's get more of the Mutos. Those are cool. Those are cool monsters. They look cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's get some more destruction in there. Like, why not?
Sure. Definitely no cutting cutting away halfway between.
Oh no!
Like a really cool monster fight.
Yeah.
Super lame.
Yeah. I mean, do we really need to have Godzilla like marching towards the Mutos ready to fight as like a bunker door is closing? No, we don't, because we have the budget to do this, because we just have Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe. Those are the only two big characters. So that's all we need. And essentially, I think the first Godzilla movie, we should have... I mean, I'm totally fine having a couple teases of Godzilla. Like, I mean, if you're trying to pay homage to the original 54 Godzilla, have a couple teases. I really love the scene where he gets like spotted by like the Navy ships and it's like just his dorsal fins. I think that's a really cool scene. We can keep that. And we can have Bryan Cranston going on and on about, oh, my wife was killed by something and the government won't tell me what. And then we can have Ken Watanabe being like, oh, let the big monsters fight. And then we'll have some big monster fight scenes.
I mean, once you decide to keep Bryan Cranston as the lead, the movie it kind of just writes itself from there, really. I mean, it really does. Just like yeah, it's gonna be like super cool monster fights. Bryan Cranston being himself.
Yeah, just Bryan Cranston like going ham because he's an amazing actor, and he can bounce off all the other cast. And the one thing I would definitely keep from the original 2014 Godzilla is the scene where Godzilla atomic breaths the head off of one of the Mutos, and the scene where he does the big roar and in like an alleyway.
Yeah, obviously we would be keeping all the cool stuff. From Godzilla.
Yeah, we're gonna keep the cool stuff, but add even more cool stuff.
Yes, less filler, more cool stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do, man. We're here to give the cool stuff.
Yeah, so I don't particularly remember what happened at the end of the first one.
Basically,
is that when all like monsters come out and it's like
no. That's the second one. At the end of the first one, Godzilla beats the Mutos, passes out, and then goes back into the sea. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. Yeah.
Give me the beach, boys.
But yeah, so I mean, essentially, Godzilla 1 is really easy. More Bryan Cranston
shows up, does some fighting, and then he leaves.
Yeah, pretty much. But with Bryan Cranston going ham.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I said, just as soon as you decided to keep Bryan Cranston around, the movie is just immediately like 90% better.
Exactly, and that's really all we need.
Yep.
All right, so then moving into Godzilla King of the Monsters.
So
we're
just make Bryan Cranston the head of like some kind of Godzilla tracking organization, possibly.
Well, yeah, of course. We're gonna do that.
Well, I think they call it Monarch in.
Yeah, we'll just make him the head. We'll just make him the head of Monarch.
Make him the head of that.
Easy, bing bang boom.
There we go.
We're gonna boot out Millie Bobby Brown's dad or whoever the character is.
Bad dad and his bad family are out of the picture.
Get gone, especially Millie Bobby Brown. She is a gonzo. She is not in the Monsterverse. Shoo, go back to Stranger Things.
Existed.
Yep, go back to being a bad actress somewhere else.
We're definitely keeping Tywin Lannister.
Oh yeah, I mean, the plot of Godzilla King of the Monsters of Charles Dance trying to like be an eco-terrorist and free King Ghidorah, like that's fine. We'll keep that. It's good. It's good stuff. But then what we're gonna do instead is, instead of what's his name being the main human character with his like estranged wife, we're just gonna have Bryan Cranston versus Charles Dance. Like, it's hype. It's hype. Let's go. It's good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, you can have plenty of scenes where they're like acting off of each other because they're both great actors, and there's no Millie Bobby Brown to be like, oh my god, Godzilla, save me.
Right.
Scenes, because Millie Bobby Brown is, she's not great.
Yeah, and well, so monsters wise, we would still have all the same monsters, right? Mothra, Ghidorah.
Yeah, Mothra, Ghidorah, like they're iconic Godzilla monsters. But
Maybe just with decidedly less rain.
yeah, less rain. Well, we can keep the rain because like that's just cool and dramatic. But let's just turn up the brightness a little bit. Let's maybe not have everything be like pitch black so we can't see the monster fights.
Yeah.
And we can still have Mothra sacrificing herself for Godzilla. Like, that's cool. Godzilla gets the nuclear power up. Like, let's go. But let's also, at this point, not have Ken Watanabe die trying to set off a nuke. I know it's hype, but, like...
He goes to Godzilla City. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but then it's hype, bro, but we also lose the cool scenes of Ken Watanabe and Bryan Cranston acting off of each other, and we got to keep those.
All right, fine. He somehow gets out.
Well, we don't have to have him get out. We'll just have someone else do it.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just have someone else do it. Like, easy. Come on, man. Like, hire Keith and I as screenwriters. Like, we're making this series so much better. Give us those 6-figure contracts, man, because we are scrolling through this.
Here's how you make a franchise. It's like you don't kill off the main characters. What?
Yeah, well, exactly, because like you think of it, like Bryan Cranston dies in the first Godzilla, Ken Watanabe dies in the second Godzilla. Like, why are we getting rid of our good actors?
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep them. Millie Bobby Brown, we're getting rid of her. We'll use her budget to keep Bryan Cranston on and
leave
Ken Watanabe
now and never come back.
Yeah, leave. Yep, shoo, get on, go away, back to Netflix. No one wants you. But yeah, essentially this movie stays the same because it's a cool movie, but we're replacing all the bad human elements with good established human elements that we've established with the first Godzilla movie, and it's with actual good actors.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can just imagine Bryan Cranston like talking to Tywin Lannister, just being like, "These are primal forces you're messing with. You don't know what you're dealing with here."
Yeah, and we have to name Tywin Lannister's character Jesse. Jesse, you don't know what primal forces you're messing with. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be so good.
Something. The lion does not concern themselves with the opinions of sheep.
The King Ghidorah does not concern himself with the opinions of the Mothra. but yeah, it's very easy stuff with this. You turn up the brightness on the monster fights. Yeah, you can have super cool like raining fights, but let's just crank up the brightness so we can actually see the monster fights. And I think what we should also do is let's give the kaiju that are introduced that are destroying cities, let's have Godzilla fight them too. Like, let's ramp it up. Let's get some more monster fights. Like why do we only have to have like 3 or 4 monster fights in the whole movie? Let's crank it up. We've got a Hollywood budget. We've got Bryan Cranston. We've got Godzilla. We've got King Ghidorah. We've got Rodan and Mothra. Let's have them fight it out.
And just do something to make the tension and action feel a little bit more real, you know? Like have like the Monarch people having to deal with like these disasters, because there's like just 3 or 4 major terrible things that happen in...
Well, yeah, because like there's like all this stuff that's happening, and you're 100% right, because there's all this stuff happening in this movie, and then they skip over it, and then at the end everyone just shows up to be like, oh yeah, Godzilla, you're my bro. But like, why not have like some Monarch side characters having to deal with like, oh shit, this kaiju is like messing up this
giant flaming pterodactyl in this guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why don't we have like some scenes of like some Monarch employees or firefighters or whatever? Like, why don't we have them rescuing people? Why don't we have like mass evacuation scenes like we do in the Japanese Godzilla movies? Like, hey, people of Boston, Godzilla and King Ghidorah are on a collision course. How about you get out of this city?
Yep.
Yeah, you could do so much with this movie that they did not do because American
American
Americans,
Godzilla.
yeah, American Godzilla is apparently afraid of showing those kinds of things. We just gotta have big monster fights in the rain with bad CGI.
I mean, they show like civilian damage and stuff like that, but it's kind of just it's like there for just like cool, Hollywood action scene.
Yeah, but let's add some stakes to it.
Whoa, look at the cool damage! Whoa!
Whoa, big explosions, bro! Godzilla went through the building, bro!
Like yeah, like it kind of this one in particular feels like a Michael Bay movie at times.
Yeah, and I think what else we should do.
Like,
I know
it should definitely still feel epic, just not like just not like total like overload action.
Yeah, exactly, because there's kind of no stakes, because it's like, well, there's no one in this building that King Ghidorah just knocked over. There's no one in this building that Godzilla just exploded. Like, I think they should take some. Oh well, this is reaching into the future, but let's take some examples from Shin Godzilla, and let's get some civilian casualties in there. Like, oh well, we can't do this because there are civilians there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like let's add that too. So to summarize, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Bryan Cranston, Ken Watanabe, they survive. We got better CGI that isn't taking place during like a severe thunderstorm to hide all of your CGI. Like, let the people see the CGI. It looks cool.
The last half of the movie isn't taken up by like the family running after each other and screaming at each other.
No, because yeah, exactly. Because, and I think what we could do too, let's keep it, because in the first Godzilla movie, we have Ken Watanabe saying, "Let them fight." Let's make that his thing. Like, oh, let Godzilla fight the big threat.
Sure.
Like, let's just keep that. All right, so we've got that. We've got those two. Kong Skull Island, how are we handling that one?
I thought we had agreed to pretty much leave it the same because it's pretty great.
Exactly. Kong Skull Island is great. And to midway through the video here, plug the channel. We got a bit of a video coming out on Christmas Day for you guys, mentioning Kong Skull Island. So hop into that when you see it next week. Wink, wink.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge. But yeah, Kong Skull Island is a really fun. It's a really fun remake. It's fairly disconnected from the rest of the movies. So
yeah,
let's just keep let's keep it the same. It takes place like 50 years before the rest of the movies. So it's good. All the actors do great.
Yeah,
you have a big ensemble coming.
Prequel, but you can kind of just watch it as its own thing. Definitely, you can just pretty much you can keep it the same because it's kind of it's just like the origin of how King Kong gets there. I guess it's just kind of his origin in this version of the universe. So there's not much to mess with there.
Yeah, it's really good, and honestly, it's probably like my second favorite Monsterverse video. So let's just not touch it.
Sure.
Maybe have like
a Monsterverse movie.
Yeah, exactly. And let's maybe at the end of the movie have like an end credit scene with Bryan Cranston being like, "Oh, Jesse, Kong and Godzilla are gonna fight each other," or something like that. I don't know. Like add something in with like what we've already established with the previous two movies, and make it all Bryan Cranston. He's the key to all of this. Could we do it faster, more
next
intense?
Movie, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, and again, to plug our video down in the comments, we already have a Godzilla vs. Kong review out. So, what are we gonna do with Godzilla vs. Kong?
Yeah, I feel like the meat and potatoes of it is fine. Just like the character stuff's kind of weak, but since we already zerped Millie Bobby out of the universe, then and we're inserting Bryan Cranston and Ken Watanabe, then the movie's a lot better now.
Yeah, exactly, because we have actual good human actors. Like, what? If you put good actors in a movie, it's good? Wow, crazy.
But yeah, so like the main bad guy of this one is that billionaire guy, basically.
Yeah, but basically
So we can
instead
keep
of
him the same.
yeah, we're gonna keep him the same. But instead of having Millie Bobby Brown being like, "Ah, Godzilla's the good guy," we're gonna have Bryan Cranston be like, "Jesse, Godzilla's the good guy."
I guess I would want the movie to be more closely focused around the Hollow Earth part of the story. Just be more about that because that was the most interesting part of it, I guess.
Well, and that would be totally good because imagine Bryan Cranston actually being a good actor in the Hollow Earth.
True.
Jesse, we have to go to the Hollow Earth and get Kong and Axe to beat Godzilla.
Jesse, we're inside Hollow Earth. I am the one who knocks.
I am the one who goes to the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, that is good acting right there.
Well, it's good. And I mean, like, in general, like, yes. Godzilla vs. Kong was really cool. On a movie watcher, like, turn your brain off popcorn movie type of movie.
Yes.
Where we have plenty of kaiju action with Kong in the Hollow Earth and Godzilla destroying cities and Mechagodzilla versus Kong and Godzilla. Like, we can keep all those big points, but let's just make it a little bit better because we have good actors.
Sure.
And I mean, what do you think are the big points of Godzilla vs. Kong that we have to kind of change?
Yeah, nothing, because the whole point of the movie is just getting Godzilla and Kong to fight. I guess maybe if there was like more of a threat.
So do you think if we introduced Mechagodzilla maybe a little bit earlier, that would be a bit more of a threatening presence to have?
Like, even if there was some more drama around it, like Godzilla is attacking the city, but because of, I can't remember the reason they were using something to like lure him.
Well, it's not that they were luring him, it's that Mechagodzilla was attacking all these places because that's where they were building Mechagodzilla.
You mean regular Godzilla was attacking?
Regular Godzilla was attacking them because Mechagodzilla was there. Yeah. So maybe if we introduced Mechagodzilla a little bit earlier in the movie.
In a way, like maybe if there was some sort of like political initiative to like introduce Mechagodzilla because Godzilla is causing so much damage, yada yada.
Yeah, and I think that would be a good idea too. Like, have the billionaire cause Godzilla to attack places because Mechagodzilla's there, just to deploy.
Be like, this is a living being here. We can't just exterminate it.
And well, exactly. Like, yeah, we'll have the billionaire guy be like, "Oh, well, you're stupid because Godzilla's destroying this place. Look at this." And then Bryan Cranston be like, "Jesse, he's destroying these places because Mechagodzilla is there. They're building something. I'm the one who knocks."
You're hiding something in there.
Exactly. Like, there's so much that you can do by just having Bryan Cranston be your main human actor instead of Millie Bobby Brown and her angry divorce dad.
You don't even have to like write anything differently. Just put him in there and he'll
exactly. Like, if you have good actors in your movie, it'll be good.
Wow,
big shocker. Look at that.
Don't even have to pay writers anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just hire us, and we're gonna make the next 10 Godzilla movies. What's the secret? Bryan Cranston.
Nice.
But yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong is really easy. You keep it generally the same. You have Bryan Cranston go to the Hollow Earth. You can have Ken Watanabe hang out with Godzilla.
We don't have like Millie Bobby Brown anymore, so let's just nix her whole little side story where they like go to China or whatever and they
Hong Kong
get on the elevator thing. So that's all gone. We're just doing Hollow Earth instead.
Well, it's gonna be like half and half. It's gonna be like Kong goes to the Hollow Earth because that was cool, and then we're gonna also have Godzilla on the surface tracking parts for Mechagodzilla, and then having a fight with Mechagodzilla.
And then Kong is going to climb through the hole in the earth and beat up Godzilla.
Yeah. Like, that's it. Like, we can keep it just easy like that. Like, Godzilla and Kong can still have their fight, and we can still have Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and then Kong can still come in and save the day from Mechagodzilla and yolk him up, and we can still have the cool team up between Godzilla and Kong. Like, it's gonna be cool. And we're gonna have Godzilla be like, Jesse, Godzilla and Kong have to team up to beat this giant robot Godzilla. And that's it. Like, that's generally, like, that's all you have to do to rewrite the Monsterverse to make it good. It's have good human
sequel,
actors.
and it'll be Robot King Kong.
Whoa, Jesse, we have to make a King Kong to beat Godzilla.
We have to make a Robot King Kong. The only thing.
Gus will pay us $1 billion if we make Robot King Kong.
I believe Tywin Lannister gets blown up at the end of Monsterverse. Is he still kicking around?
No, well, we can still have him die at the end of King of the Monsters. Mm-hmm. Because he's not really relevant to the plot of Godzilla vs. Kong.
So we'll just have Spanish Elon Musk be the bad guy?
Yes, because that'll save us budget from having to hire Tywin Lannister.
True.
So we can have better CGI. So literally, like, at the end of the day, if there's anything to take away from this video, more Bryan Cranston, Millie Bobby Brown, and that's it. And Ken Watanabe. Like, we'll have them... We're going to have two great actors bouncing off of each other, and that's going to save this franchise. Not that it needs saving, because it's making oodles of money.
Just
but we're just making it better.
Insert science gobbledygook talk about Godzilla, and there you go.
Exactly. Like I'm not a scientist. I don't know how to talk about this stuff. Well, we're going to have Bryan Cranston explain it, because he's a chemist. So in this series, he'll be a biologist. Potato.
Amazing.
Like, there we go. Like, he can be studying stuff because it killed his wife, and then that leads him into being like, oh, well, Jesse, you can't kill Godzilla because he's a living being. Jesse, Godzilla is the savior of the Earth. Jesse, King Ghidorah is bad. Like, it just writes itself.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's how we would rewrite the Monsterverse. If there are any ways that you think the Monsterverse could be rewritten, like, leave them down in the comments. We have a Discord that you should definitely join. And yeah, like, that's it. Like, this is, if you've liked this video at all, like the video, subscribe to the channel, help us grow. And this has been Cade from the Lore Council, signing off.
Subscrizzle my nizzle.